Hey, Dr. Mike here. I want to talk a little bit today about the immune system. I want to talk a little bit today about inflammation. We may get a little bit deep on this, but not as deep as you can go if you do your own research. There's plenty of videos out there that describe how all the different antibodies and how the immune system works. I'm not going to go into the depth of that science. There's so much out there that you guys can look for, and it's really good stuff. And I encourage you to learn as much about the immune system as you possibly can. My job is to really help teach, and part of the Latin for doctor means teacher, and so we try to teach as best we can. I've had patients ask me before, why don't chiropractors and massage therapists team up? Because sometimes when I get an adjustment, it doesn't last very long, or sometimes when I get a massage, I still feel sore after. And I say, well, it's not a one-size-fits-all, and it's not just that one thing is going to do all of those magical things for your body. In other words, if somebody comes in and they have a lot of inflammation in their body, one adjustment's not going to do it, right? It's a process, not an event. Getting healthy is definitely a process, not an event. And by that I mean there's multiple prongs to being healthy. And one of the things that I want to discuss is not necessarily what to do when you want to boost your immune system or what to do when you have inflammation, but let's talk about what the immune system does first and foremost. So we're all born with an immune system, right? By the way, from 0 to 3 months, it's been common knowledge in pediatrics that a baby's immunity is the mother's immunity. The humoral immunity that's granted by the mother through the umbilical cord to that baby lasts from 0 to anywhere from 0 to 3 months. And then the baby's immune system starts to work on its own. What's interesting is I read a book many years ago when my kids were little, and also watched a video from Dr. Karp, K-A-R-P-P, pediatrician. It was brilliant. What he said was that a baby human is basically in their 4th trimester when they're born, right? Think about it. Most animals in wild, when they're born, they're walking and running the same day they're born. And the reason that is so they can survive, right? Baby humans, however, are very dependent, like very dependent. Their lungs are very premature because it's the last thing that needs to come about to breathe air. Their digestive tracts are premature. Their immune system, although they have humoral immunity, which is fantastic from the mother, and they're well protected. So don't run around thinking your baby is going to get sick because they're exposed to something. 0 to 3 months, they have mommy's immunity. But all the systems, including the nerve system, are working to acclimate to this new environment, right? The baby comes out, it's a totally new environment. And it can be stressful out here. We know that. So as the body develops, the baby's immune system starts to pick up after 3 months on its own. Now, a normal immune system starts to identify foreign things and deals with them the way they're supposed to be dealt with. In other words, if a germ comes into the body, it's not just the germ that makes you sick, it's the germ plus a deficient immune system that makes you sick. Get that? It's a two-way street here. It's not just the bug. It's a bug plus a weakened immune system that makes you sick. So if you're exposed to pollen, let's say, if you're exposed to a germ, a bacteria, or a virus, the immune system comes right in. If it goes in through the nasal mucosa, or you drink something or eat something that has something in it that's not good for the body, it can make the body sick, the immune system goes right into action and it produces cells, white blood cells primarily, antibodies, to defend the body from getting sick. Now, what has been said, and I've read this a few dozen times, but I had heard about it when I was first in graduate school and chiropractic school, is that the body actually produces 100 to 10,000 cancer cells every day. Every day, from the time you're born to the time you die, 100 to 10,000 cancer cells are produced in your body every day. So why don't all of us have cancer? The answer is the immune system. The immune system finds those cells and eradicates them. So you never know that they even existed. It's a marvelous process. So the immune system does all these things. It does it without us knowing it. It does it automatically. God gave it to you at birth, right? You have it since birth. So don't forget, you have a very strong immune system. The problem becomes when the immune system gets a little confused. Now it starts to produce too much histamine, right? Histamine. We've all heard of antihistamines. Too much histamine is what happens when you have an allergy. It creates inflammation. The inflammatory response, these cells now release fluid, and that fluid is called histamine. The histamine response, they've called it the cytokine storm. When the immune system overreacts to something, then we'll feel sick. Something like an autoimmune disorder is an example of an overproductive or an overreactive immune system. Things like anaphylaxis, like my brother, to bee stings. Allergies that are so severe that your face and body swells up, or you have asthma or some breathing condition where your lungs close down. It's dangerous. Too much inflammation is dangerous. So how do we reduce inflammation? Well, first of all, we have to know the immune system is responsible for producing inflammation, so we need to be thinking backwards, and what can I do to help my immune system? Taking antihistamines can work initially, but over time you have to take more and more and stronger, because your body produces more histamine as a result of taking antihistamines. So now you're taking more and more and more. Maybe the pharmaceutical company that makes the histamine likes that because now you're taking their product for life. The truth is, though, you have to look inside. You have to look at your diet. Sugar produces inflammation. Things like gluten, wheat, certain products that you may be allergic to that you don't even know, dairy, and those kind of things. So my recommendation would do an elimination diet. Eliminate those things. There's 6 or 7 things. Eliminate them. You do it for 6 weeks, and then you add one back at a time, and you see what creates the process and the problem for you. So diet is huge, right? Exercise, fresh air, right? Typically what I tell people, it's not bad luck or bad genes that makes you sick. It's bad choices. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but a lot of times it's true. In some instances, yes, there are genetic predispositions to things. But just know this, even if you're predisposed genetically to have a condition or a disease, an autoimmune disorder or the like, you can still control the inflammation, you can still control the humoral response in your body, you can still control a lot of your health by making good choices. Chiropractic is just one piece of the puzzle. It's not the solution to everything. You know, it's great for low back pain and sciatica, but it's also great for digestive problems and breathing problems. It's the nerve system. People think, well, you go to a chiropractor when your bones hurt, or you got a musculoskeletal condition, or back pain, or sciatica, or numbness, or neck pain, or headaches, and that's true. But it's way more than that. When people ask me, what kind of a doctor are you? I'm a doctor of the nerve system. The adjustment activates the nerve system and produces a better response of tone from the nerves to the body, and from the body back to the brain. So when you get adjusted, it increases nerve system response to stress. And when the nerve system is balanced, the body can handle all the stress that we go through, especially now during the holidays, and all the stuff out there that's really stressful in this day and age. So I hope that helps. I know this was a long one, but I had to say a lot based on the immune system function, nerve system function. It's correlated. Chiropractic is a piece of the puzzle. It should not be missed. So remember, stay informed and get adjusted.